History is full of important individuals who have made lasting impacts. From big acts to small acts, the importance of the individual rings true even today. It is these personal stories that makes history so different in a way we can relate to them on an individual level. In this video today, we're going to look at the importance of this woman, Rosa Parks, an individual who stood up and changed her entire community. This event takes place on the 1st of December 1955 in Montgomery in the southern state of Alabama. Now, in the South at this time, there was legally enforced segregation. There was places that black people couldn't go, and a lot of their rights were actually removed from them. On this day, Rosa Parks was getting on board a bus when she realised it was a driver who she had had differences with before. He had previously evicted her from the bus as she refused to go round and use the back door rather than get on the front. Despite this, Rosa Parks got on the bus anyway. Now, she didn't take a seat at the front of the bus. She actually went and sat in seats designated for coloured people. She was beside a man, and on across the aisle there was another two black people sitting there. Now, the bus went a couple of stops when a couple of white people got on board, and one white man was left standing without a seat. When the driver noticed him standing, he spoke to the man beside Rosa and the two women across the aisle and told them that they have to get up and let the man sit down. The three around Rosa Parks stood up, but Rosa decided not to. The driver saw her sitting there and he told her that she better stand up. She replied, "No, I will not." Well, he said, "I'll have you arrested then." Shortly after this, two policemen get on the bus and they walk up to Rosa and ask her why she will not stand up. And she replied, "Why do you push us around?" Well, the policeman says, "It's the law and you know it's the law, so you're now under arrest." Rosa is believed to have said that she didn't feel very good about being told to stand up and not have a seat. She felt it was her right to sit there, and she wanted the particular driver to know that they were being treated unfairly as individuals and people. However, despite this, Rosa was arrested and taken to jail. Following the arrest, many African Americans started the Montgomery Bus boycott. They believed that the government had messed with the wrong woman. African Americans across Montgomery refused to use public transport. Instead, many of them shared cars, dropped people off at work. The boycott lasted for 100 days, and it was actually successful to end in segregation on public transport. However, did this really help to stop segregation in the US? Well, it stopped segregation on Montgomery buses, so that's a good start. The bus company started to lose money, so they had to make a change. It meant that Martin Luther King became an important leader in the civil rights movement, and it proved that by using non-violent tactics like a boycott and like sitting there like Rosa Parks, that they could get progress, they could get change. However, many problems still remained for them. The ending of segregation on buses did not stop in other states, so if you were on a bus travelling across the state, then the laws changed, and it was hard to then enforce laws that were different across different states. And many other areas still remain segregated, such as schools. So it did solve a problem, but it only solved it in a very, very small area. However, it was a start for kicking off what was going to happen next.